Hey everybody out there in the YouTube universe, this is Mr. Movie, and in today's video we're going to be doing something very different. We're going to have a guest spot. To my side here is my girlfriend, Mrs. Movie, aka Amanda Acevedo. She's an actress, and I thought it would be really cool to do a spot with her. What we're going to do that's different in this is we're going to do sort of a review, but not really. So I had her watch a movie that she's never seen before, and I wanted to see if she enjoyed it, and we would discuss it. The movie in question is Copycat, starring Sigourney Weaver. First off, did you like the movie?
Yes, it was great.
So you would say this is what, like a thriller drama?
This is a suspense thriller.
So suspense, very good. That's something.
Is that a category?
Yeah, suspense. Yeah, suspense is a category.
I would say suspense thriller. I should know this.
Now, were you surprised at the movie?
I was very surprised. There were so many twists and turns, and I was kind of frustrated a little bit about that because I was trying to guess and I was wrong.
That is a big thing. When we were watching it, she's like, "Oh, I know who it is," and then again, well, when that person wasn't it, oh, I know who it is. Oh, no, wait, you know what? I think it's this person. And remember you had like 5 different guesses. That's what makes a cool suspense movie.
It does,
and a thriller, because if you can't pick out who the killer is, right, and the writing is really good. Mm-hmm. There's a twist towards the end where I was looking at her because I knew it was coming because I've seen this before, and she was like, oh, "Do what you did." You were like,
I was just like, "Oh no, oh my God, no, that's him. Wait a minute, that's the killer." So it was.
She lost her mind.
Funny.
It was hysterical.
I was the whole time.
I didn't even watch the movie at that point. I was just watching her because I knew she was gonna react.
I was like, no. You know when a movie is really good when you feel like you're in the movie and the writing is good.
You did say that too. You felt like you were in it.
The acting is amazing. Mm-hmm. So for me, I really look at those aspects as well, not just what the movie is about, but how am I drawn into this, right?
And there was a couple of jump scares.
I was very drawn into it. I felt like I was in it, and I was doing some of these things. Oh my God.
There was a couple of
times. You did it on purpose. I was jumping out of my seat.
And you know what's funny? Because she said, I don't really like horror movies. She's not a big horror movie person. And this is, it's about a serial killer.
It's scary.
But it's more jump stuff. It's not, it's not bloody. It's not gross. It's not any of that stuff, which is what you kind of don't like.
Yeah, but I'm a woman. And we when you think about serial killers, you're like, wow.
Well, because they're always going after you.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's not true. What I meant.
No, but it's true, though. They're always going after women.
Women.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
So women, when you're out there and they're trying to talk to you, in the beginning of the movie, right? So she's a writer. She's a writer. Mm-hmm. She writes books, actually. And she knows everything about serial killers. So this is what makes the movie so interesting. So she did a talk, seminar, or what's that what you call it? A seminar. She talked.
Giving a speech.
And she did a speech, and she said, look at this. And there were pictures of really good-looking men. Now, that's your serial killer. You never know, right? They look innocent. They're good guys. So watch it.
Well, she also had...
Watch it.
Well, it's not me because... how about this? Remember she said she had all the guys stand up. And then she said, okay, anybody who's over the age of 35 and under the age of 20, sit down. All the black, Hispanic, and Asian men sit down. So said 90% of serial killers are white men from the age of 20, from 20 to 35. And there was all these guys standing up who looked like regular guys. And that's another thing I pointed out to you. Remember, you didn't notice that killer, the real killer, was in the audience.
Was in the audience. So he was already onto her.
And right after that, after that talk is when the killer, the first killer, sets her up to be killed. He gets caught, and the whole idea is there's this copycat. And he's reenacting famous serial killers' murder scenes to try to throw off the cops. Because, if you've ever seen serial killer movies, they stick to one type of killing. But in this, he was doing all famous ones meticulously. And he was doing it for the guy who tried to kill her because he was locked up in jail. Right.
Yeah.
And you especially were talking about him. You were like, he's creepy and weird.
The one in jail?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He was
I mean, he was licking the knife. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
She
she got freaked out with the
licking knives.
She was like, ooh.
Gross.
Yeah, well, he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Harry Connick weird.
Well, that's the other thing. That's Harry Connick Jr. He's a famous, handsome singer, and in this, he's an ugly redneck serial killer.
Oh my God, he's disgusting.
But
he played the role well.
Right, and then there's these two cops also, and you at first you thought it was one of the cops.
Yes,
the handsome guy, because he was a white man. So he fit the description.
And then there was a part, and I knew they probably did this on purpose. They wanted, the writer or the director, producer, wanted us, the audience, to think that it was either this person or that person. So there was a lot of twists and turns, and could it be that person? And, a mind game. I don't like mind games, but it's still a good movie.
Well, I don't play them with you, dog.
I don't like mind games.
Well, wait.
You probably do.
I do not.
Oh, you shouldn't show me that. You wouldn't try to show me that movie, though. Yeah, you're right. Smart thinking.
Well, how about this?
Could be reverse psychology.
Remember the other cop, though?
Which one?
The first time that I saw this movie, I didn't mention this to you. I thought it was him. The other cop, the creepier cop.
This is a different movie?
No. Remember the guy that
the creepier one? Yes.
Right.
The little creepy.
Right. They used to date her.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. They throw in...
You thought it was the handsome cop at first. Then you thought it was the dirtbag cop. When I first saw this, I thought it was the dirtbag cop too. So that is good writing, because I was like, oh, it's him. It's him.
The dirtbag, yes.
The one right. Yeah, I thought it was him.
Oh, yeah.
But then it turned out not to be him. I didn't want to say that to you because you never saw it before. I didn't want to ruin anything.
It was so good.
So that's a reveal we're doing right here. But this is a really good movie because, like she's saying, there's a lot of twists and turns. You don't know who it is. And then, it is a real creepy factor to it. But it's not gross out creepy. It's more mental creepy, right? You would say it's a more mental movie?
It's mental. It's like, it's mental because your thoughts are all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, my thoughts are all over the place.
It's like a psychological
it's
thriller.
It's psychological.
Makes you guess.
Thriller. And it makes you really think. And it just kind of...
How good is Sigourney Weaver?
It makes you feel... Look, this is what it is. Oh, she was great in it.
Right?
Well, this is what it does too, and then we'll talk about her because I love her. It makes you feel like you are it makes you feel like you are a detective, or you are that
trying to figure
the
out
clues.
yourself.
So it's like a good clue. Like if you're into clues and that kind of, which I'm sure a lot of people are, it's great in that aspect. But Sigourney Weaver was amazing because just the acting was natural, and
there was a lot of times where you commented, wow, that scene was great, because in the movie she has agoraphobia. She's very traumatized from when the guy tries to kill her. She doesn't leave her house. She gets really bad panic attacks. She takes pills. She drinks. So she's a mess. But you said she did the panic attack scenes really well. I mean, it looked like she was really having one, right?
Yeah, she did the panic attacks the way probably I would have done them.
Right.
She did a great panic attack.
And I love the way that...
Because it builds up. It wasn't like...
She's very vulnerable, but she's really strong.
Yes.
I like that too, because...
I didn't notice that. She is.
Right? The whole movie, she's like, oh my God, I can't leave my house. And she's all damaged. But she's like, screw you, I'll kick your ass. And she's talking...
Well, she got tired of it.
Right, she's talking...
Like, I'm done with
she's talking junk to the serial killer online. She's like, screw you, whatever, come get me.
She got to a point where she was just like, you know what? I know everything about serial killers, so I can reverse this. And she does in the end.
The coolest part of the movie...
She does in the end.
Well, the coolest part of the movie to me, I would say, though, is... remember how they were bringing her the crime scene photos at first, but then they didn't tell her about the other ones, but she knew, like the scarf was around, the pantyhose was around the neck. She's like, where's the pantyhose that were around this one's neck? Knew. How'd you know that? And this one was killed with this tape in the car?
She knew things.
She knew things because he was reenacting all these famous serial killers.
It out as...
Exactly. She knew what happened in those ones.
So everything was unfolding as the movie was going. And then that's where you're like, okay. But in that way, it was amazing.
And you root for her character because she's been through all kinds of stuff. And you're like, you want her to come out in the end.
Her house.
But what's weird about her character? She's a badass, but like she isn't. Like she's so...
I'm the badass.
You are. Okay. You're the baddest.
Go ahead.
You're the baddest.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But... And in this movie, she's a badass only because
she is.
Because she's very, very vulnerable, but she turns that into a plus, I would say. You know what I mean? And at the end, she kind of breaks free of what's holding her back, and they're able to get the killer in the end.
I'm like that. So I think like women, we could relate to that, because if you think about it, we always like, no, we can't do that, or maybe we think too much in our minds. But and you see that about her, but she's an expert in this field, so why wouldn't she be able to turn that around? So you see this weak person who's has all of a sudden all these different phobias because they try to kill her or whatever.
Right. Yep.
So she, understandably so, she has all these phobias, and then you see her working on it and just like going head on with it, and she just in the end wins. And I love her, so I give this movie, I don't know, how do you do the scale, the ratings?
Well, the scale that I usually do is the rewatchability scale from 0 to 100. So I would put it, because see, the thing with movies like this, when you know what happens, it kind of lowers the rewatchability scale a little because you already know it. But if you space it out and watch it, I'll watch it in a year from now, there's some things you might forget, or you'll be like, oh, I forgot, oh, that was cool. So I'd put it at around, I'd say a 75.
Okay.
Where would you go?
Like you would watch it again if you...
yeah. I mean, okay, like I just watched it with you. See, I recommended it to you because I thought you'd like it. Okay, and I didn't mind watching it again. I understand what
you're saying. So I would say, I think I would say about a 75.
Right? That's a good number
because
for it,
you can look, because that's something that, first of all, she's great.
The acting is great. The story is great, right?
You would want to see something. So if I ever were to do a suspense thriller, which I'm sure I am, which actually I kind of am now. Actually, I am doing a thriller right now.
You want to plug that?
That we're pitching to Netflix, called Psycho 6.
It looks really cool. I saw a lot of footage and trailer of it. It looks really cool. And
did I do good when you saw it?
You did great.
You sure? You're not just saying that because I'm your honey boo boo?
Well, no. You make me want to watch it. No, but everybody else is good. There's a lot of kids in it, and the kids look like they're really good actors, and it looks really cool.
It does.
Hopefully, it does come out on Netflix. We could check it out. All you guys can check it out.
Faithfully, it will. Hopefully, is
fingers crossed.
More like some you don't believe, but I have faith that it will.
I think it will too. It looks really good.
Yeah.
I think
so. Fingers crossed, and also So I'm doing that, and the reason why I would say that 75, because I will see it again just to get that character, just kind of get into that zone when you look at her and kind of see what she does.
There's another thing too between you and I when we were watching it, is there was points where I paused it to explain something to you where you were like, what happened there? And then you were like, yo. Oh, and the beginning thing connects to the end. So if you watch this movie, and every time you watch it, you might catch something like that where you're like, oh, I forgot about that.
So watch Copycat.
Yeah, Copycat is a really cool movie.
Because there's so many things that you don't realize. I wouldn't have had to ask him all these questions had
I've seen it a bunch of times. I think as I've seen it a bunch of times, I know all what happens.
And I'm sure
on first watch, you're like,
pick it up.
Right. Yeah. So, but when I did say to you, your reaction was always like, what? Oh, I forgot about that thing. And you connected it from the beginning to the end. And it has it's little subtle things like that happens in the story. Yeah.
So I also learned that there are a lot of movies out there like that. Sometimes we ask ourselves and we want to know, but if you look at the clues, they're there. So
right, and that's the other thing. A lot of people who watch movies, I think a problem they have with it is they want to know everything right away.
And it's there.
Right, it's there, but you weren't paying attention.
You were not paying attention.
That's right.
This is what I love about.
That's a rule, kid. Pay attention to the movies. Mm-hmm. So anyway, overall, Copycat.
75.
Like it?
I loved it. I will.
Would you recommend it?
I would definitely recommend it to other actors that I know.
Sigourney Weaver was great.
As well, like people that I know that love movies.
There's a lot of other great actors that you've seen before that have smaller roles in this also.
Yeah.
But overall,
I'll watch it again. Definitely.
I would suggest it. You would suggest it?
I would suggest it.
Okay.
I need to get that panic attack down pat. She's blowing
in the bag.
Oh, it's great.
She knocked it out of the park with that.
Did it.
And she did the whole
she's calm,
being scared thing too. She did really well because you know what it was is you could tell that
there was one thing I didn't like of the whole movie, but go first.
Well, I was gonna say that you could tell she's a really strong character, so being scared came across as someone who's strong and not used to being scared. You know what I mean? Like she did that really well.
Wait, she's not used to it, and now
like her character's tough. But she's scared, so she incorporated that in her face. Like, I'm not supposed to be scared. Why am I scared? But it came across like she's scared.
she's not supposed
But she's not used to
so
it.
she kind of balanced the two really well.
Right. That's why she's a great actress.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it would be good for you to watch too, because if you could pick up little subtle things like that, you could
That's
put
why
them
I
in your
will.
performances.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna say you didn't like about it?
Oh, one thing I didn't like about it, and this is important. The special effects makeup, not too happy. No.
It's an older movie too, babe.
But okay,
You got to give it a little.
You had like a little blood thing coming out, look like a little triangle. I mean, really, does blood really triangle?
He did punch her in the face.
This is a triangle.
He did punch her in the
Can we
face.
just do a little drip and then a triangle?
Well, you know what it was? I
Please,
can see what you're saying, and that's a practical effect. They should have got that right.
Anyway.
Okay, I can see that.
So,
but it's an older
like
movie. This is in like early 90s, I think it's from.
And I noticed certain things that were there, and they shouldn't have been there that were there. So,
like what?
That's what set production. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I do.
Little things threw you off.
Little things threw me off. Like, why is she wearing that? She had, just little things. I'm sorry, I'm not clear. He's the movie guy.
Well,
I'm the actor.
how about this? Instead of the rewatchability scale, which we already did, let's do something I've never done before. On a scale of 1 to 10, taking everything into account, the acting, the story, the things you didn't like, the things you did like.
Okay.
1 being awful, 10 being amazing. What do you give it? We'll call this the Mrs. Movie scale.
The Mrs. Movie scale of
1 to 10.
Of the factors of what
of how good the movie is. 1, it's awful. 10, it's great.
Okay.
What number do you give?
But we're including that
everything
included. Combined.
Yep. As a movie itself, as a complete set, 1 awful, 10 great. What do you give it? 1 out of 10.
You know what? I'll give this movie 8 stars.
8. Oh, we're giving stars now.
Stars.
I'll
do the stars.
Okay, you'll do the stars. All right, so you're giving it 8 stars out of 10.
It's a must watch.
Oh, I agree with the.
So watching it
with the must watch.
It's 8.
I'll go.
What are you gonna go with?
I'll go with a 7.
Wow.
Only because the only reason I give it a 7 is because for it to be a 10 to me would have to be a classic. 9, close to a classic. 8, just getting there. So 7, I think, is a really great movie. Need to watch, but not completely bananas in my book.
I get your reasoning for that.
Okay.
I do.
So we got 7 stars here, 8 stars here.
Because it's Sigourney.
And we
That's why.
We both like it. We both recommend it. That is Copycat.
Copycat.
We suggest you check it out.
Jump off your seat kind of movie. If that's what you're into, that's it. If you want to fall on the floor, jump on your boyfriend, do it. We did it. It was fun.
So
we did the jump.
So, with that being said, say it.
With that being said, which she says all the time.
Okay, she makes fun of me about that.
With
that being said, if you like this video and you like my content, do me a favor. I would appreciate it. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so when I drop new videos, you'll get alerted and you can check those out.
Yep.
If you like Sigourney Weaver or you've seen this movie, talk about it in the comments. If you like her, be careful. But
if you think I'm funny, let me know.
Yeah, and
I want to be funny.
Look out for that Psycho 6. I did so.
Psycho
you
6.
were funny. Check her out. She's done.
Sorry.
Go ahead. She's in a lot of stuff, and she's really good.
At psycho6.com. If you follow us on Instagram, it's at the_psycho6.
At the_psycho6.
And it's also on my page, but I don't really want to.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone. So, okay.
We're also on TikTok as well.
Yeah, so if you like the video, like it. Please share it with your other movie nut friends.
And YouTube.
And exactly.
The Psycho 6, if you
check that out. Hey, when that drops, I'll do a review of it.
Yeah.
But you can't be in it because you'll be biased. Anyway, this is Mr. Movie and Mrs. Movie for the first time signing off. And we will see you again.
So much fun.
Wasn't it though?
I want to do it again.
We'll do some more. Well, we'll see what reactions we get to this and we'll do some more.
Cool.
All right?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is
Mr. see all of these movies.
Oh, God. This is Mr. Movie and Mrs. Movie signing off. And we will see you again next time at the Flicks.
And the YouTube universe. As he says in every one. Have a good night.